There we go. Where they at? Over there, I guess, yeah. There we go. Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF, collision or hit. You know, Tony Schiavone, Michael Cole, and Aiden English here. And today on Collision or Hit, hopefully everyone has shifted their timers ahead. If you happen to live in a Reich or a settling that does it, either in the 4-1 Reichs or in the settled land. Yeah, that's right, Michael Cole says. If you happen to be living in the 4-1 Reichs or the settled land and you live in any one of the settlings or Reichs that do it, then you gotta do it. Unless you lived in a Reich or settling it doesn't do it, then don't worry about it. That's right. That's right, Tony and Michael. Today's the first day of what some folks like to call daylight keeping time, but you're not really keeping the daylight. You didn't keep it when you shifted back, you didn't keep it when you did forward. But that's not the grounds of this film. Today we're going to see what's going to happen here. We're going to see what's going to either lead to Wrestle Dream 1 or whatever show we're going to be doing, Aiden English says. Well, and here comes Cody Rhodes now, coming to the ring, and we'll see what he's got to say. First off, Cody Rhodes says, a lot of folks out there, well, they do tend to scathe me, for ending the saga. There were a lot of folks out there when I first started in WWE and was sent to OVW for some time, and then saw what I did in OVW, and then thought, okay, that's alright. And then after I was brought up for my time in OVW, keep in mind I was still in WWE and OVW was teaching me how to wrestle. And then I did a lot of things in WWE and had been there, at least starting as early as 2007 YL. Then by 2005 between FYL, I chose to leave WWE. And that's where no one really seemed to care about that when it happened. Because as far as they thought, well, all you were was a former OVW heavyweight fighter, a former OVW, tag team fighter, that may have been it. A former OVW Farseer fighter. And they're like, well, you're at least a 2-time WWE Ender Landbody fighter and a 1-time WWE tag team fighter, so you did good enough. Oh no, take that back, because at least you were a 3-time WWE tag team fighter. So take that back a little. They're like, sorry that your time on Raw and SmackDown didn't go good in WWE. Then after that, I showed up in TNAW, and everyone's like, yeah, he's in TNAW, what a shock. But no shock there, right? And no, I didn't win the TNAW heavyweight winnings, or soon to be GSW heavyweight winnings, heavyweight winnings back to being the TNAW heavyweight winnings. I didn't win that. Or did I? And then after that, I spent some time in the NWA. And everyone's like, yeah, he's going to every small wrestling business to make up for things he didn't do in WWE. And I became the NWA heavyweight fighter, one at once. After that, then I went to ROH, and this was before AEW owned it. And they're like, oh, big deal, now he's a ROH heavyweight fighter. Who hasn't been that, they'd say. Then after that, I ended up going to AEW. And a lot of folks, gave me for thinking I was a big shit and all I won was two-time AEW TNT fighter, and that was it. Then back to my two-diff run in WWE, where I won and became a four-time WWE Tag Team fighter after that. But that's really all it went. And a lot of folks thought that there would be no way I'd go back. And no way that I would end the saga, end the tale. So, as far as what I've been doing here, I gotta end the saga. I have to end the tale. I have to show myself that I can be the only Runnels or Rhodes, to do one of the very few things. Because my older brother, even though he did a lot of good things, and WCW and WWF and WWE and TNAW and AEW, don't get me wrong, but he never won the heavyweight winnings. And we know my father did a lot of good things in all the sundress wrestling business he worked for over the years and done very well for himself. Yeah, he may have been a three-time NWA heavyweight fighter. He may have been WCW about 3 times, ECW, WWF, W about 3 times, TNAW, whatever. But he never really won the heavyweight winnings there, anywhere else. So the way I look at it is I gotta end the saga. I have to end the tale. Scathe me if you want for it, but I have to do it. So that's why I gotta do, what I gotta do. Oh, Cody Rhodes, Dennis Rodman's like, you're always talking about end the saga, end the tale. I mean, you had your luck last year in WWE at Wrestle Madness. 40, night 2, I believe, where you thought you were going to beat Roman Reigns, but that didn't happen, so your dream of becoming the WWE heavyweight and world heavyweight fighter didn't happen. Then you got yourself involved with Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns and everyone, but yeah, you didn't do what's your grounds, Dennis Rodman, because at least I've done a lot more in the wrestling business than what you did. Yeah, you were in WCW, yeah, but they didn't win nothing there, huh? So why don't I done a lot more in the toy wrestling gathering you ever done. Is that right, huh? Ding ding ding. Well, we'll see the match happen or not. Oh, Dennis Rodman just taking out Cody Rhodes. I mean, we didn't think Dennis Rodman was going to be a heel. I mean, yes, he's played a heel, Tony Schiavone said, but I didn't think Dennis Rodman was going to start shit with Cody Rhodes. And then again, Michael Cole said he's been wearing an NWO shirt for sundry years, and the NWO has been dead for many years. Some would say most likely 22 going on 23 years ago. Michael Cole says, I tell you one thing, Wade Barrett said, Dennis Rodman, he's done a lot in a toy wrestling gathering. Yeah, maybe he's probably done a lot more than what Cody Rhodes did here. But keep in mind, Dennis Rodman has never ever had to end the saga, end the tale, like Cody Rhodes did, Aiden English says. Oh! Dennis Rodman out of the way now. Cody Rhodes drop kicking Dennis Rodman. The WCW Toy Biz doll, Tony Schiavone said. And some kind of suplex, whatever that's an English word or not. And Cody Rhodes thinks he's got everything under run and lead here. Is he going to do it? Yeah, he does. The Cody Cutter on Dennis Rodman. Tony Schiavone says. Round Street on Dennis Rodman, Michael Cole says. Aiden English says if he can beat the former Chicago Bulls winnable ball player, former WCW wrestler, then hey, I'll give him a lot of onlook, Aiden English says. 1, 2, 3. Ding ding ding. Here is your winner, the Vinlander Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Well, it seems at the end of the day, Cody Rhodes has beat Dennis Rodman, or as some call him, the Worm Dennis Rodman, Tony Schiavone said. That's right, Michael Cole said. The Worm Dennis Rodman, because he could worm himself in and out of binds during his time in WCW when he was in the NWO. Michael Cole says, I can tell you one thing, Tony and Michael. Dennis Rodman might not be everyone's beloved former winnable ball player or former wrestler or former show player or whatever he's doing these days. You know, whatever Dennis Rodman's doing these days. You know, but we can't say that he has, you know, we can't say that he has, you know, why he had to do that to Cody Rhodes. Well, your guess is as good as mine. It's some kind of like, you know, I don't know. I don't know why he did what he did. Well, I guess that's right, then, Tony Schiavone said, because I believe Mike Lane is the one that will get the answer to that asking thing. Well, I hope so, Michael Cole says. I hope so. All right. Thank you, Tony Schiavone and Michael Cole. I'm going to be talking with Dennis Rodman here today on Collision or Hit. All right, Dennis Rodman. Why did you do what you did to Cody Rhodes? Well, I'm just sick and tired of hearing Cody Rhodes be a sob baby, bitching about how nothing never went right for either his father, Dusty Rhodes, his brother, Dustin Rhodes, Goldust, Seven, Black Rain, whatever, and why nothing ever went well for, Cody Rhodes or, you know, Stardust or whatever. Bitching about the unfairness of the skilled wrestling business. You know, first off, you should have known when you left WWE and went to TNAW and NWA and ROH and AEW and back to WWE that they weren't going to handle you the same way those other ones did. And everyone is sick and tired of you being a sob baby. Not only Roman Reigns, not only, you know, Rocky Maivia, or The Rock, whatever you want to call him, you know, and apparently there are some folks even here that are irked that you're bitching. You know what? I never ever won any winnings in my time in WCW. You know, I won some winnable ball games when I was with the Chicago Bulls. But at the end of the day, I'm seem to be kind of happy with where my, you know. But anyway, you need to stop being a sob baby. That's what I say. Well, some would say, Dennis Rodman, that some would say that you had really no room to be scathing Cody Rhodes, when one would say that your calling didn't do very well. Yeah, I didn't win no winnings when I was in WCW. That's true. But you don't see me bitching about it. I mean, I had some bullshit matches with Randy Savage and bullshit matches with Curt Hennig, but you don't see me bitching about how they came out. Well, that's my talk with Dennis Rodman. Back to you, Tony Schiavone and Michael Cole. Well, thank you, Mike Lane, for talking with Dennis Rodman. Here today on Friday night. Here today on Collision or Hit. And that's all the time we got here. I, Tony Schiavone, Michael Cole, and Aiden English, we hope you like Collision or Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw, or Monday Night Raw.